You're in the office, baby. Going out.
I want the fortune, motherfucker fine. I want the Bentley, motherfucker right. God please forgive me, this shit I'ma kill. This shit from my soul, this shit from my spirit. Can't go nowhere if you ain't got no vision. Can't go nowhere if you don't know the distance. Fresh hair, Sunday school, class Christian. Fresh hair, Sunday school, fight with me. False new crock.
What you tried to do, you couldn't destroy me. I'm still standing. I'm still strong.
I don't take lightly.
What happens then?
I know who I am now.
What did you do?
You sure you up for today?
What's going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Nam's YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, and we are back with another TV show review, and we are back with Mayans Season 4, Episode 8, The Righteous Wrath of an Honorable Man review. I think that's what it's called. Like, Mayans this season I had a lot of long titles for the name of the episodes or whatever. But yeah, man, I was definitely just trying to get everything and try to see how I'm feeling. Like I said, as far as how I'm feeling about Easy as a character now, man. But like I said, when he did what he did to Gabby, I was definitely not expecting it. I did not see that coming. I wasn't even expecting Gabby to let alone be on the episode, but for him to just straight up knock her off right then and there, because as soon as she started saying something about his brother or whatever, I was like, okay, well, they might get into some shit where it's going to be something. I was thinking something might could happen to her, but not him. And I didn't think it was going to happen right then and there. I was thinking it was going to be a situation where he's going to have to bring it to the club. They're going to have this big debate and somebody going to end up doing it behind his back, one of his brothers, something like that. But the way they went with it, like just right then and there, and the look on his face, I was with it. Like, I was like, okay, man, y'all going there. And this is just that look and basically that turning point for Easy as a character. And we really get the officialness from him in this episode. But the way this episode starts off is pretty much, I'm not sure if this is a flashback or a flash forward of possibly something happening to somebody we know, a well-known Mayan, or this is something that happened in the past. I'm not sure, but it's more than likely something that's happening in the future of one of the Mayans that's well-known. It could be possibly Easy or Angel, but I don't know. But somebody is whatever it is as far as a Mayan, he's being chased down by some sons, and he does end up getting knocked off his bike in the whole nine. And I'm not sure if they end up shooting him or whatever. But yeah, I'm not sure what this means or what's going on with this, but we pretty much just go off of that scene and just keep it moving. So I'm not sure what that means. It's going to be interesting to see where they go with that, but I know we're getting closer to, you know what I'm saying, the end of the season. So I'm really going to be interested to see where they go with this. Like I said, I'm already telling you, I feel like this, by the end of this season, it's going to be a lot of casualties. It's going to be a lot. Like I said, it's going to be a lot, and I feel like it's going to be a lot of people that we well-known characters. I feel like it might be possibly more than one. But going from there, we go to Easy. He's pretty much having dreams, montages, or whatever about Gabby, thinking about her and everything, and waking up in cold sweats. I mean, what else are you expecting? This man killed somebody that not only loved him, I mean, really loved him, passionately loved him, but somebody I feel like he deeply, I would say, tried to love, but deeply cared about. I'm not going to even say he loved her because, I mean, everything he had been through and everything he was still going through, even with those times where, you know, it was hard for him to be intimate with Gabby because of the situations he had dealt with, especially with prison and coming out. I didn't feel like he really loved her, but he was trying to. Like, he was really trying to. And even with that scene, you could tell that he felt betrayed even by her. He really felt betrayed by her. Like, you left. Like, I was like, at one point, maybe he was actually trying. He was going to see. I don't know. At this point, I don't know it, bro, because he's, like, gone. And another good scene. Shout out to my man, I think it's Edward James, almost the actor playing Easy's father, Easy and Angel's father, man. The look in his eyes and that pain, man, him falling to the floor because Easy sitting there telling him basically like what he did to Gabby and letting him know like I accepted who I am and this is me now. And just that look and what he says to him as far as like, I'm glad your mom's not here to see you like this, and Easy pretty much like, I'm glad too. Like, man, One thing I will say, like I said, as far as the comparisons I have made to Sun, and I've said I felt like maybe Mayans, the reason I like Sons a little bit more is because it's not necessarily because of the dark humor, but I feel like that blended in so well with Sons. But I feel like now, especially with these episodes and the fact that this season has been so good, I feel like Mayans is not necessary for that dark humor. I feel like it needs these serious moments. I feel like the tone should be this serious. And I'm enjoying it, man. I'm telling you, this has been a phenomenal season. And I feel like, is this maybe a means to an end? Are we getting closer to maybe a final season? Because maybe they're not going to go the route of Sons as far as 7 seasons. Maybe they'll cut it even shorter than that. I don't know. But whatever they're doing, man, it's just easy in his mind frame. And this is the way he's moving now. Yeah. Angel. You know, Alita is back in the picture, and she got baby boy back. And Angel was just all over the place with him. And I feel like this is going to put kind of something on Angel as far as him maybe not, well, I ain't going to say that because in this episode, he pretty much go through with what they doing. And I'm going to get to that as far as that hit they did. So, yeah, I ain't going to say it's pretty much changing him. But I do see that, this is what he been waiting on, man. The love he's showing for this child, as far as his child, his son or whatever. And the fact that he's just all over him. And he making it very clear to Alita that if she leaves again, the baby is not going anywhere. But also with Alita, man, and Alita, and I hope I'm saying her name right, she's going through it too. I think she's having issues with breastfeeding or whatever. I don't know. I think the baby can't breastfeed or something like that. But it's not only that, it's everything she's done leading up to, you know what I'm saying, her going, not just alone going to get the baby and the way she got the baby back. She's feeling like she ain't a mother. She's feeling like, in her words, a monster. And just out of everything she's done leading up to this point, like I said, you can understand why she's feeling that way, especially when she, like I said, I remember me doing this review, her coming in there straight up like Michael Myers, and that's how she did. Like, she's slow walking up there, and you see old girl just running away, and she throwing the shit through the window, coming in there straight up stabbing. She was on some Michael Myers shit, man. But you do understand her emotions and everything. Like I said, this woman done been through the most. Like, coming from season 1 to where she's at now, you can understand where her confusion is at and why she's going through the emotions she's going through. But not only that, understanding that she's looking at Angel like, nigga, you ain't that good either. Like, we both are jacked up. And even Angel starts talking about it. Like, yo, we probably are both jacked up. We both messed up. But I'm thinking he's feeling like maybe we can do something different for this child or whatever. And it's all that. Taking it back to his sons or whatever, Jax trying to do what he was doing for his sons and getting them out of the picture or whatever. All of that plays into this. But it does show, like I said, where Angel's head is starting to go, like I said. But once they get into militant mode, savage mode, I feel like I was thinking, because once the baby came into the picture, I was thinking, man, maybe Angel gonna not want to try to do all the things they doing or whatever, but nah, bro was still on it. He was still ready for action. Speaking of, we move on to Alvarez pretty much setting the Mayans in motion to go hit the Suns, and he's going to get one of the weakest, I'm guessing one of the weakest, what's the name, charters or whatever. And so they started to hit that one. This is not one of the ones we know as far as the original Sons or whatever, but I'm pretty sure this is what's going to bring some of the original Sons into the picture or whatever. But he's pretty much sending this hit out on the main ones that pretty much set the war in motion anyway. You know, my guy, the bald-headed Sons already got hit or whatever, but they're going off some of the main ones that's pretty much what are going after them as far as who put that main hit out and did that whole machine gun hit and took out Coco or whatever. So that's the ones they mainly going after or whatever. And when I say they went after them, man, everybody getting hit. No matter where you at, you in a hotel room, smash or whatever, you get knocked off. You might be getting some ice cream or getting some hot dogs or whatever for your grandson, whatever, you get knocked off. You might be just sitting on your motorcycle chilling. And shout out to the cinematography or whatever, showing the different color frames or whatever, because when you with the Mayans, it's like high yellow, whatever, kind of brightish or whatever. But once we get around the Suns, it's more of a grayish, bluish color or whatever. It's more almost like a stormy like tone or whatever when we get to them images, or once we get around the Suns or whatever. But yeah, Suns are getting hit, and they get to a point where they even are able to make it into one of the charters, and they knocking everybody off. I want to say something too about this whole way they get into the charter. They end up like getting a prospect that's a prospect from the Suns to drive them into the charter. My whole thing is like, bro, you know they're going to take you out, right? That's their whole mission. So why are you even going along with this? I'm like, if y'all gonna take me out, go ahead and take me out now. I'm just saying, man, if you going to, why is you letting them set you up like this, and you know they're going to end up killing you, which they end up doing in a pretty brutal way. I mean, he went out fast, but still a shotgun to the head, like, damn. I'm just saying, man, but yeah, everybody gets hit. And that's where we get the whole thing with Jazz and Jeff, as far as, and shout out to the whole names. Well, her name is Jasmine, and the other girl name is Jess. I said Jeff, my bad, I'm thinking Fresh Prince. But anyway, the whole situation with them, because, you know, old girl was the one who brung the whole Suns coat to, I mean, the whole, the Suns coat to the Suns, as far as finding it at the Mayans, what's the name or whatever. And she the one pretty much put this whole thing in motion whenever. One of the Suns already wanted to go to war, but she pretty much gave them the gas to set the fire and pretty much set everything going. So now you got old girl, as far as Jasmine, pretty much threatening her, telling her she's going to let them know when the Mayans are making other moves, or else she's going to tell the Mayans that she's the one that let them know about the whole jacket thing or whatever. And the Mayans technically don't even know about the jacket either. Tazza, as far as old buddy, he the one who did all it. Man, it's like shit that still ain't even made it to the area that they don't even know about. But anyway, that pretty much sets a lot of things in motion, man. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Suns try to retaliate, because, I mean, they lost a lot. Everybody get hit to the point that they knocked off a whole charter. Like, they hit a whole charter and killed everybody. And that's where we get this thing with my man Easy. We have a situation where Easy ends up walking into one of the while they, like I said, knock off a charter. It's one guy who is still hiding out, who got a shotgun, and Easy takes him out. And once Easy takes him out, Chaka, I'm sorry if I be getting this guy's name wrong, but the bald-headed guy, Chaka, I'm sorry, but he ends up coming into the room. He's the guy that was doing the whole thing with coming after the Mayans. They was beefing, that internal beef or whatever. But anyway, he comes into the room, and Easy is basically like, I caught you slipping, and he shoots him in the head. I'm sitting here like, man, come on, man. We did this again. Once again, I'm in shock, because I'm sitting here like 2 episodes in, and Easy has done 2 surprise knockoffs. Like, and it's headshots. Both of them have been headshots, and I didn't see them coming. Shout out to the writers of Mayans, and shout out to everybody behind the scenes. But just a phenomenal season, especially in this later half, because these are just I'm just surprises, man. I am not seeing none of this coming, because a lot of times in these shows, even with a lot of times, I'm going to have to admit it, with Sons, I could see a lot of things coming. In certain moments I didn't. Jax had to make them certain moves, and we didn't see certain moves coming, especially in them seasons with Pope and them and whatever. But I'm telling you, Mayans and the way they pulling it off, especially with Easy, man, and just like I said, everything he's doing, I didn't see that coming. And the way he play it off and go along with it is pretty much just it. And I'm thinking maybe it was some situation going on with Chaka and his people, as far as maybe they were gonna try to set them up. I don't know. But you remember what I said about Manny? Speaking of Manny, it seems like he pretty much ain't following or going with the whole story behind how Chaka was killed or whatever, especially with the way Easy talking to him or whatever, as far as being a new VP or whatever of the club. I forgot the name of their club or whatever, but it's essentially all Mayans or whatever. But yeah, Manny is still not feeling it. But my whole thing with Manny is, you remember the last episode when Manny ran up out of there, and I'm like, damn, he called him talking about he got away, he made it out, whatever. I was always saying, like, what was going on with that? Was that some type of setup or something? What was up with that? I feel like Manny had something going on or whatever. So my whole thing is, did Chaka and Manny and them have some type of plan where they was going to end up trying to kill Easy and them, or San Padre, Charter, or whatever, and try to take them out eventually or something? I don't know. But basically, Easy just got the heads up on him. So that is what it is. And now Manny is feeling some way, and you can tell from his mannerism, the way he looking, he ain't trying to hear nothing Easy talking about. And him and Easy been like that. Like, they pretty much been tight since the beginning. Not the beginning of the season, but pretty much since everything pretty much came together after Everest came in and made everybody join together as far as the Mayans. But now it's definitely some tension between Manny and Easy, being that Manny feels like he don't believe the whole thing that went down with Chaka being dead or whatever. Then we get over to my girl Emily, man. She has a situation going on, and I'm guessing the people who think or know she killed old buddy, as far as his mother who hired their private investigator or whatever, somebody comes in asking questions at her job or whatever, and she pretty much gets out of there and look like she's on her way to Kentucky, and I'm thinking that's where her sister and her son is. Excuse me, y'all, like I said, I got a little summer head cold, but it seems like that's where we're moving forward with her story, and it looks like that's where we're going to be getting her going to. And it's going to be interesting to see what's going to be her whole plan after she gets down there. And y'all let me know if I'm wrong, because I'm thinking that's where her sister and son is in Kentucky, but I could be wrong because I wasn't sure if that's their official location. But that's pretty much what we get with her, because I didn't recognize the guy that came and asked him the questions, but I'm pretty sure this has something to be involved with the mother who hired the private investigator, who pretty much confronted Emily at her apartment or whatever. Then we get over to my man Gilly, who's pretty much going through it. And he was a part of the whole hit on the Sons, and even during that hit on the Sons at that charter, it seems like after he's done shooting somebody or whatever, as far as who's part of the Sons, because they pretty much are ripping all their jackets off or whatever, it just seems like he's going through it. And I'm guessing he's starting to have maybe some flashbacks of things they've done, because he starts talking about when they was in the service or whatever, and they killed like a family or something like that. And I'm guessing he's starting to get these whole things going through him, and he's already got the situation going on with the girl and her son or whatever, because they have the situation going on with CM Punk character, and I'm guessing he's still going crazy or whatever, so he's pretty much done moved them into his house or whatever. But he has his own situations going on mentally, and you can tell he's going through it. He's definitely going through it, especially after, you know, Coco done died or whatever, and you know, that was after he done went through hell and back just to get him straight, as far as Coco getting him cleaned up off Meth Mountain or whatever. So he is definitely still, I feel like, reeling off that too. I think it's more than anything, it's Coco's death that's really still affecting him or whatever. We get to Bishop and Taza, and pretty much they have made amends, being that Taza ends up saving Bishop's life, because in the middle of the whole hit on the Sun's charter, it becomes a situation where Bishop is almost about to be pretty much killed, like gone. And it almost takes you back to that time where Opie saved Tig. You remember when the whole hit was supposed to go down on Opie because they thought he was snitching or whatever, and Clay pretty much had Tig supposed to take Opie out? It really did take me back to those times, because, you know, Bishop pretty much done had it out for Taza. And even in this, after they done talked or whatever, and pretty much Taza telling him, like, bro, I don't owe you nothing else. Like, I done everything I can, and the fact that I saved your life, that's it. We good now. And the fact that Bishop pretty much telling him, like, bro, I don't think I would have saved your life. I would have probably stood there and let him take your life. So they pretty much have made amends. So it's going to be interesting moving forward to see how they go. One of the more important things, and one of the stories that I think are more interesting, because I, once again, did not see this coming, but I knew it was going to be some type of situation, is the Lobos New Generation Cartel. The head of the cartel's mother ends up dying, and you know him and his sister have been having a little situation or whatever, but he's actually having a little bit more of emotion about it than we thought he probably would have. And the fact is, more than this episode, seeing him going through it after they end up seeing that his mother has died, he's pretty much reeling. Like, he's crying and everything. Like, he has a lot of emotion behind the fact that his mother has died. And now I think it's taking a toll on him, for the fact that he's about to come in and try to pretty much take over the whole cartel business, and coming to the point that he's even threatening his sister with it. But little do he know, she was the one who got Miguel, because this episode I'm thinking, okay, who got Miguel? Because I'm thinking, if this nigga got Miguel, because I remember that girl, as far as with the sword or whatever, I guess they little hit girl or whatever, they muscle or whatever, I remember her being there, and I'm like, I know she's part of that cartel, and I'm thinking he would immediately took him out. But this whole thing means that now we're going to have some type of alliance with the sister and Miguel. You got to remember that Miguel and a lot of his old people that was working with him, they are currently working for the new Lobos New Generation Cartel, because remember a couple episodes back, they was arguing about this, as far as the the sister and the brother of the Lobos New Generation cartel, and you know, she was sitting there telling them, because he was talking about the whole thing with having somebody who have access to all your money. This one person knows all the info to your money, whatever. They was going through that whole situation, and she was going at it with him about hiring so many of Miguel's older cohorts or whatever that used to work for him in his cartel. So it's going to be very interesting moving forward, and I love this subplot. I absolutely loved it, man, because I ain't gonna lie, man, he was pissing me off the way he was talking to her or whatever, pretty much down in her or whatever, you know, the way she looks or whatever. But it's the fact that he's hurting too, because, you know, he wasn't coming around when the mother was dying or whatever. You know, the sister was there or whatever, and she was telling him or whatever. But now her coming in, pretty much setting this whole thing up with Miguel, and like I said, I can pretty much see what it's going, because once again, if you got Miguel's older workers working for this new cartel dude, and you got to remember, but depending on how Miguel treated his people, it ain't no telling how this guy treats these people. So this could be a whole different thing. And then, you know, you got my man, I forgot my man's name, but he's pretty much a prospect that's working at the Mayans San Padre charter right now, who Alvarez ended up bringing back, you know, the guy who always had the ponytails or whatever. But it's going to be interesting moving forward, seeing how this play out. But it's also going to bring a whole situation in with Miguel coming probably back in with this whole connection with the Mayans, because, you know, he has this whole situation with his mama, and him still thinking that the Mayans had something to do with her being killed, especially Easy now. So, excuse me, y'all. It's a whole lot of things that could be going down, especially by the end of this season. But it's very, very interesting, and I cannot wait. But yeah, my man Easy, Easy is on a whole nother level as far as Demon Time, and I'm definitely interested to see where it's gonna go with him. Like I said, I feel like it's a very dark road though, and I feel like he is not gonna go out in the easy way like Jax did. Like as far as riding down the highway cruising, I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm gonna put emphasis on this. Easy, I feel like he's gonna go out in a very harsh way. It's just the shit he been doing. I know Jax did some bad shit too. Jax did, but the way Easy just seemed a little bit more colder with it. You know, Jax got cold with that shit later on, like after, you know, Opie died, you know, Tara died and shit. That's when he really, really got cold or whatever with it. This nigga, like, Easy, like, he's already on it. Like, he's already on Demon Time, so I'm just saying. But overall, I definitely enjoyed this episode. This season overall has been one of my favorite seasons as far as Mayans. The whole comparison thing. Mayans is getting up there. It's like this. It's like, Sons is right here, but Mayans is like, hey, they easing up there, man. Especially overall with storytelling. Like I said, I was kind of eerie on how I would feel about moving forward with Kurt Sutter not really being a part of this at all. But now seeing everything they got going on, I'm definitely got some hope for everything they got moving forward. This is one of a phenomenal season. But other than that, y'all let me know how y'all been feeling so far about this season. Let me know how y'all feeling about Easy and all the situations they got going on. How y'all feeling about us possibly still getting that reunion with the Sons. Of course, we already know Tig supposed to show up or whatever. But let me know how y'all feeling, especially with this episode. And how y'all feeling about Easy as a character. Knowing, and the whole thing with him killing Gabby or whatever. How we feeling, man? Let me know in the comment section, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload new videos. We have hit 500 subscribers, so I do have to make a whole different intro video, whatever. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to the channel. I do appreciate it. I'm working on a 500 sub giveaway. I'm gonna talk more about it as far as getting into details on Uncut Ish Talk. Like I said, I've not done nothing like that before, so I gotta get some more information to see how I'm supposed to do that and how to do it. But other than that, man, I do appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel. Shout out to all the subscribers. Shout out to everybody who's supporting the channel. I appreciate it. We have hit 500. Now we on the road to 600 subs, man. Other than that, we out.
Waves rolling. Who else is gonna stop it?
We'll bring death to their doorstep.
You know? So I went out there broke. I wasn't even thinking about acting. I was just thinking about surviving. But such is life. I ended up doing it. What I love the most, I ended up doing both of those things.